Hi everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I'm your host for this astro forecast, April 29th, 2023. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if there's some people showing up on this astro forecast. Your cosmic weather girl is in the house, and we're doing something a little bit different today. This is why you're not seeing my usual background. Things are moving pretty much under the same energy lines for this weekend, but I want to show you because some people were asking yesterday, am I receiving the same type of energy if I'm located in another country? I'm located in the States, and I'm going to show you how you have an energy map on the world. So today we're doing astro forecast for the world. We're going to look at all those trends, so cosmic trends, the cosmic dance for all of us. So thank you for joining in. I'm going to mainly show you my computer. I tried to take notes so you would see the oh, thank you. So you would see the map. I tried to kind of take notes. I was literally, there were so many countries involved that I thought that I had to show you so you could also see how complex and yet how predictable energies are. Hi Raluca. So some of you have signed up for the workshop I have on May 2nd, 2023. So thank you so much for the ones that are joining in. If you want details, I put this in the highlights of my page as an event. Okay, so are we ready to look at the astrocartography? So we're going to look at the world map for today, and you're going to see it's very interesting because some of you, you're my clients and we work together and you tell me stuff and I'm like looking at the energies and you're literally being hammered by those lines of energy, and sometimes like exactly on the city. I have some people, especially I'm thinking the ones in Australia right now, that are getting activated in the Chiron line. So Chiron will be asking and requiring you to do some shadow work to integrate polarity. So again, let's look at what I'm talking about here. We're going to look at my computer. Hi honey, by the way, happy birthday. This is my man's birthday today. All right, and let's see what we have. There we go. Ta-da! So you guys, when I try to kind of report as a weather reporter, the forecast for everyone, I was like a little bit overwhelmed by how much I would have to share. Okay, so let's go. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to go to Australia because I had some clients here that were struggling. As you can see, let me show you. You're welcome, honey. Happy birthday. So you have here all the planets' energy lines, okay? You can see how this is for today. And let me move a little bit. Some of you might be more in this side of the world, okay? Oop. All right. So you got lines of energies, okay, and you have obviously things that are going to trigger you more so than others. And what you would want to do is look at the chart of the day. So this is today as far as the dynamic. My favorite energy. Just kidding. This is the pinball energy. This is the balancing act of tension line, okay, that we have. Again, the moon with Pluto, this is all about triggering you to have more power. And it's in opposition here with self-regulation from the planet of self-mastery, of discipline. So this kind of energy, okay, can be intense. And we have all this cluster energy where we have Mercury retrograde, okay? That's going to be challenging some of you. So I want to go back to Chiron because this is where we will have the shadow work. This specific angle of Chiron speaks of empowerment, feeling empowered. So because it is Chiron placement here, that means what disempowers you? You have to ask yourself, and some of you, okay, this would be the, where is it? Okay, so we have a little Chiron here. We have a little Chiron here. So let's see. I want to show back to some of you are in Australia. Look at this. You have some energy lines that could be triggered. Okay, look at this. This is Chiron. Now, MC is the midheaven, so that means your public life. So some of you here, this is going to be like almost like very intense, because that could be with a group of people. That could be something that you feel through your social media platform. Now, we do have as well this crossing of energy with Venus, okay? Venus and the descendant is one-on-one interaction. So here we have the way we feel love and the way we feel, empowered. Obviously here is more disempowered. This is going to call some of you to review what relationship empowers you, disempowers you, and this is going to be revealed in a lot of your interactions with others. And that means if you're someone that is on social media, that does a lot of exposing yourself, a lot of the things that you're getting as feedback from the universe will trigger wherever those wounds are. Now, we don't have just this energy in Australia. We have this energy. Let's look. Okay, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, we have some energies here. Let me see. We have a Chiron here. Well, it's not here hitting too much. Okay, there we go. Nope, same thing. So Chiron energy, mainly in Australia. Now, if you are in the States, and you would want to pay attention to Uranus, because Uranus usually brings a lot of conflict. So anyone that's on the East Coast, Canada, Honduras, all those islands here, even Miami, okay, so that East Coast, okay, this is kind of an activation of maybe some turmoils inside of yourself that could reveal some patterns. I saw this. I have family in France. I thought that was very interesting because there was a lot going on in my family in Europe. So if there is some of you that have any, European ties, or you're in Europe, North Africa, all this cluster of energy is everything that we are mentioning as far as feeling gratitude, feeling lucky. And interestingly, Uranus right now is in an angle that speaks of integration. So integration of your lessons as far as your life path. So there might be some ego resistance. So what you want to do is like realizing your own ego towards certain patterns. And ego doesn't mean just, like, it's a reaction, it's a wound reaction, just like if you had like injured yourself. It's something that's sensitive, okay? It's sensitive, and the way we react to it has a reasoning behind it. So you would want to look at those little wounds, the things that irritate you, the things that make you lose patience, that make you feel edgy. So those energy lines are more active in those parts of the world, okay? So some of you, if you want to look at where this is placed, let me show you. ASTRO offers here something under those lines. You would go to locational astrology and astro click travel, okay? I'm going to keep this because this is the astrology of the chart for today, okay? So this whole energy, some of you resonated a lot with, the reel yesterday about feeling lucky, feeling, gratitude, and yet everything works out for me. If some of you paid attention, I did this on purpose, where she's kind of in the mood of the dance, and at the same time, the lyrics are saying, those things like, I'm feeling lucky, I'm feeling grateful, everything flows through me and everything, all those great things. And at the end, when everything works out for me, she's shaking her head. So some of you, I don't know if you've ever witnessed that, when you're having conversation with others, and they will kind of show you through their body movement, their expression, that they're really not, their subconscious is not really aligning with. Have you ever seen someone that they tell you yes, 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 Yes. So this is something for you to really pay attention to, because this is something that you can see in yourself and things like that. Okay, so what does it mean if you have a 6th placement of the same sign, same house in your chart? Okay, so just so you know, the chart that I pick for the day, because throughout the day it will change the houses. So this is why I don't mention the house for the day, because really I'm taking a snapshot usually towards the end of the day, so we can get already a perception of what the day is going to be heading towards. Okay, so here that question wouldn't apply, because it's except if it's a moon event where I have exact same times, I wouldn't be able to give you the houses don't count. Okay, so this is more of a snapshot for the day towards the end. In your own natal chart, you would want to look at the transits, you guys. The 6th house is the house where, because it's under the horizon, this is everything that is subconscious, that you're working on yourself, and it's going towards the 7th house, so you start interacting with others. This is something that I cover in the workshop. So some of you, if you're interested in understanding a little bit more of astrology through the lens of applying it to yourself, understanding how it kind of plays out with your self-growth. Because honestly, I love astrology, but I had to make it in a way that was not only digestible, but in a way that really helped me do anything about it, because I never liked, I don't know about you guys, but I never liked to be told. Okay, I have a lot of rebellious side of myself. I was never liking to be told what to do or what to expect or how should I feel and things like that. So those things, I'm giving you guidelines as far as the planets, where they stand, and understand that really there's a collective wave. So it's almost like we're in an ocean. We're in an ocean of cosmic whirlpool. And according to where you are in the world, this is why I was showing you this, you're going to feel a little more of a certain motion towards a certain planet, a certain zodiac sign, a certain theme, okay? But that doesn't mean you cannot feel everything, because you're still in the pool. You're still in the ocean of vibration. So now what's very important is for everyone to start being more aware of their own pool of energy. Make sure that just like, you do a vibrational cleanse of everything you carry. So in the morning, meditate, chant, do some subconscious rewiring of the brain, use music healing, use chakra healing, do those things, because we are not, educated in a way that we would realize how sensitive we are to vibration, but we are. We're literally, yes, empath will have more tendency of feeling this and expressing this and feeling weighed down, because they're less in their mind, they're more heart-centered. But ultimately, everyone, we are a human race, okay? So we are all empathetic. We just decide to either stay in your heart or in the mind, okay? So let's see here. We're going to turn again. I want to show you. Okay, so especially this line of energy, we have opposition between the moon and Saturn. And this is kind of asking you to see if, how you regulate your power through this cluster. Okay, so how empowering are your relationship? How do people react to your success? Are you getting any type of feedback? Is it negative feedback? No feedback? Understanding that it can trigger some old patterns and things like that. Now, those energy lines of power, of regulation, you're going to see them here. Okay, all of this here. And again, it's kind of crossing this line. It would go in South America a lot. Okay. And here with this Venus energy, it's about how we are loved, how we love others, how we have our desires. So South America is going to be very hit with a lot of understanding the endings of relationships, certain patterns. Brazil is getting this a lot, okay? And feeling empowered and really regulating our energy in the relationships. The ones that are getting hit, here, let's see, that energy comes back. Let's see my little Saturn. Okay, so people in Egypt, people that are in this line here, all like South Africa is getting hit with the same cluster of energy here. Again, with Neptune that is kind of joining and realizing what are the relationships that empower you? What relationship are triggering your wounds? And are they doing this in a positive way? Are they helping you build up yourself as far as like, are you doing this energy work together as far as an interaction, a relationship that is geared towards growth? Is it spiritually based? Is there respect in the way you guys interact? It's very important at this time, you guys, to be aware of those dynamics, because then everything as far as this cluster of energy, okay, there, feeling blessed, receiving, unconditional love, feeling aligned to your purpose, it's gonna kind of like delay this energy. So this is something that is being triggered here also as far as empowering people that are in India, okay? Here they might get a lot of those questions about whether or not they are on the right path towards things that bring unconditional love, make them feel gratitude. So again, it's going to be up to you. We have Pluto that is crossing here. So that's going to trigger a lot of power for the ones that do upgrade to this. There could be some conflict here. Pluto, Uranus could create some conflict as far as this energy. We have here in Spain, again, all this part of Europe, all this part of Africa, Northern Africa, West Africa, that is kind of like wondering all about those blessings and reviewing what does make them feel loved and supported. Okay, so in America, because, I'm in the States, I'm going to go a little bit closer here. We have this energy. So Mars right now is very much about feeling successful. And now if you're going to be around this energy here, you're also triggered with Chiron. So that means here, you're kind of challenged in your power and how you feel successful. So a lot of people here, especially on the west coast of this energy, so probably from Colorado west, are going to be facing a lot of questions towards their success. Do I feel successful? How much do I feel successful? And things like that. People that are in the middle of the country, they're really more triggered with finding revelation, finding illumination, higher understanding, because this is Jupiter, okay? And that's crossing Pluto. So there's going to be probably a lot of breakthroughs. People that are in Mexico here, okay, this middle of the country, there's probably a lot of activation, and especially with the North Node, it's going to kind of hold the line, make sure that you get that lesson, that higher lesson, so you can step up in the next level. Okay, so we are seeing that according to those energies, this is something you can do. It's just kind of like look at where you are in the map of the world and look at what planets are and their energy, what planets are triggering your country, your city, whatever, and seeing like the correlation of the sacred geometry, because you saw this is what I explain every day when I do the astro forecast. I explain to you like some energies are more like, again, it's like surf. I do not surf, but I love watching surf and I love the ocean. It's kind of like watching the waves, and when you are in the ocean, where are you on the wave? Where are you? How close are you from the from when the wave rolls on you? Okay, are you just like getting slapped? Or some of you probably have this experience where you're like, oh my god, I'm too close to the wave. So this is where the energy, you would kind of like get that. How about the energies for the East Coast? Oh, we saw that at the beginning, honey. Let's review again a little bit for some of you. Okay, so Mercury retrograde is strong on the East Coast. Okay, we have the sun. So a lot here of this review for the East Coast, especially I would say from, everything from Chicago all the way east. Okay, is going to be about this cluster of energy where we have the Mercury retrograde, where we are maybe under tension towards integrating and understanding why we don't feel unconditional love, why we don't always feel like everything works out for me. All this kind of like this is the cluster energy as far as being able to hold the light. And what is your light? So some of you doing chakra activation meditation, understanding your aura, all the layers of body, understanding all this type of concept that can help you have, some, I wouldn't say protection, because you're not in danger, but you are sensitive. You're like, we're all like fish in the ocean. We're just feeling energies, and we have to maintain the vibration of our, and I wouldn't say turf, because we are all sharing this ocean. Just make sure that you're not being swayed, influenced, or you're not being controlled by others. So that's a lot of like self-mastery, introspection that you would want to do. This is something I mentioned yesterday. You don't want to have other people become the messenger of the feedback of the things that you haven't been wanting to look inside yourself. All the shadow work, all the things like, okay, why do I tell myself that, yeah, I'm not sure if everything works out for me. Life hasn't shown me that. It's like, you can't build something that's different if you're always going back to the things that you lived and experienced. You have to understand that everything has been a lesson and integrate those lessons and move from there. So this is kind of what's going on the East Coast. Okay, everything that has to do with gratitude, everything that has to do with success is going to be more on the West Coast, and in the center we're more in the ignition of the power, feeling empowered. I'm actually in the stage here. I'm traveling right now, okay, you guys. I'm at like a hotel. So I'm heading towards this energy, and this is something that moves, okay? It always moves, and I'll try to do this more towards the cycle of the moons, because again, this is not a specific date and time. I take towards the end of the day so you can get a snapshot of what to expect today. Thank you. Yes, I'm so, sorry you guys. Instagram is telling me, do you want to take a break? So we're going to end here anyways. Thank you so much for tuning in. I trust you received, some higher perspective and awareness of astrology, how you can apply it to yourself, how you can just, kind of see the purpose of looking at things from a cosmic view, from a higher standing point, and being part of a greater universe, being, part of the world, and kind of like doing your part, because ultimately your vibration and everything you're doing for yourself is serving the grander purpose of humanity to evolve and to reach those higher levels of unconditional love. And this aligns you to understand that your vibration impacts everyone, in the same way the universe impacts your vibration. So kind of becoming a balancing artist, someone that's why I love the dance as far as an illustration for astrology, because we are dancing with those energies. We are learning how to go through each step. It's different type of dance. It's tango, it's waltz, it's hip hop. It's like, it's whatever. It's just beautiful. So thank you so much for joining in. I will see you tomorrow for the next forecast. Namaste.